Welcome to my Hebrew channel, Miel Hebraica. Today I'm looking at a very interesting phrase, Shur Olamim, the Rock of Ages. In Isaiah 26, we'll see this referenced as Jehovah being our Rock of Ages. Now, being a firm rock even entered Jesus' teaching. The man who's going to build his house on a rock, put it on the sand, it's going to fall flat. Put it on a rock, it's going to be firm. Put it on the rock of our salvation, namely Jesus, it's firm. So, very important concept, a very important sense of what happens in the scriptures, and drives all the way from the Old Testament. Of course, Sur Olamim, so Sur Tzur al Olamim. And Isaiah 26, 3 and 4, I have to put 4 in there, but anyway. Yetzer, Shamuch, Titzor, Shalom Shalom, Ki, Bacha, Betuach, Bethu, Bet Yehovah, Ed, Ki, Bet Yehovah, Shur Olamim. Okay. Now, one thing that's very interesting about this entire passage is these two verses that we have here from Isaiah 26 is that just about every word is repeated twice and sometimes even 3 times. So in Semitic languages, of course, that's done for emphasis. In other words, you want to strengthen something, repeat it. Here you have Shalom Shalom, and you have Yehovah Yehovah, and you have Ediad, and so Yetzar, Tetzer. And so as you want to emphasize something, you repeat it. So, but when you have, this makes it a challenge for translators, because if you're repeating it this much, then it doesn't seem right, doesn't feel right, doesn't sound right. So, because other language, other than Semitic languages, that kind of repetition isn't very common. So, but in Hebrew, most certainly repetition is very well used, and it is a well-used literary tool here. So you have Yetzer, Tetzer. This one even goes 3 times. You got Yetzer, Tetzer, Tzur. So this is, and Samuch is not repeated. It does have a very beautiful paleographic original root to it. In other words, something that is supported, strengthened, held strong. Okay, with the original letter form of Samik was a pole with lateral stays on it. Okay, so this is Samik, and this is incidentally in the Samik, it did not go through Hebrew via nouns. It went through Hebrew via verbs. So the original root meaning of Samik has come to us, and this is one of the derived roots of the original Samik. So, and then Shalom Shalom, of course, peace, peace. And so you got Yetzer, Yetzer, Shalom Shalom. Ki, you got ki, that's repeated twice. And then the be is 1, 2, 3 repeated here. Those, well, that's prepositions are going to be repeated anyway. But tuach and bethu, okay, bethu, batuach, the one who trusts, and then this is a hortatory here, trust. So the trust is repeated. Then Jehovah here, Yehovah, you have Yehovah, and you have the short form, Yah, and you have Yehovah, Yah, Yehovah. And so translators also have to kind of scratch their heads. Some of them do it by just using substitutes, okay, Lord and Jehovah. In fact, this is one of the few times you're going to see in King James a reference to Jehovah, because generally King James just used the Kareh, the Lord, Adonai. In fact, the vowel pointings of these are based on Adonai, Kareh. And then Ade, Ad, okay, you got Ade, Ad. This is eternity, or all the time, forever. It's trust in the Lord forever, okay. Ade, Ad, and it's actually in the Hebrew it is repeated forever and ever, okay. Ade, Ad. Ki, Be, Yah, Yehovah, because in Jehovah. So the Lord, the divine name, appears 3 times, twice in its full tetragrammaton, and once just a straight Yah. And this is, often we're looking at Isaiah, and as the Hebrew language moved forward into post-exilic times, Yah became more common. But actually, Isaiah served at a time before the exile, and so the short form was being used then. So you have Yah, Yehovah, and so it's there. So 1, 2, 3 times for the divine name. Then Yetzer, Yetzur. So you got to be guarded and have formed something, and to have a rock that has been formed by God, and that's what forms the foundation rock. This is a bedrock. This is a strong rock. This is the rock where Moses would show up and say, we need water. Lord says, talk to it. Moses gets angry and upset and strikes the rock, and then with that loses his rights to enter the promised land. So Shur is a very, very key, well, it's a very well-known root or indication of something that's strong. There's a town south of Jerusalem called Beit Shur, based also on this word. And this is Olim. Now, we have Edeh Ad, this is from forever and ever, and this is Olamim, this is everlasting. So actually there's a lot of parallelism between this phrase and right to the end here. So Shur, Olamim, Shur, Olamim. Now, often when I look at a passage, I'll start comparing translations, and this one's very interesting in the King James. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace. So he's starting over here. Titzor, Shalom, Shalom. In other words, when King James saw Shalom, Shalom, they said, well, we're not going to put peace, peace in here. We're going to make it perfect peace. In other words, when it's doubled up like this, it becomes perfect peace. Whose mind, Yetzer, so that's what's been formed in your mind, it stayed on you. Samuk. Okay. So you have keep, this is Natsar, to guard, same root that's used for Nazarene, Nazareth. Okay, very well. By now, if you've seen my previous videos, you're going to see this. I've seen this one a lot already. So Natsar, so the one that's guarded, okay, the one that's kept, is stayed on you. So you got Samuch, okay, Shamuch, okay, Samuch. This is the stay then. Now, here, when I looked at this, and I looked at it a number of times, why would King James do this? And it's complete genius, because in the King James times, you had the stays that were holding the corsets together, or your stays that would hold up walls or something like that, or the stays that hold barrels together. In other words, the concept of something being stayed, in other words, being held together with supports, was common in the language of that time. And that's what they used here then. They actually used, oh, okay, we understand, something that builds internal strength to this thing, or to this person here, okay, who stayed on you, the one who has, and in our day and age, we don't think like that anymore. So actually, this kind of word, when we say in modern English, stay, means to stay put. In other words, stand there or hold firm or something like that. But in the King James times, it was in reference to things that did provide internal support. So, stayed in you because he trusted in you. Ki bach batuach. This is patafrotifa here in front of this chet. So batuch, because he trusts in you. Okay, this in you is used also. In other words, this particular in you is also used for indicating where this verb is going. So in other words, when you look forward here or look backwards here, whose mind is stayed on you, this one then also references this particular preposition pronoun sequence here. He trusted in you. Trust you, okay, batuach, trust in Jehovah, in the Lord. Ediad, okay, Ediad, forever and ever and ever. Okay, so this is repeated here. And I said this is very much parallel to this particular plural here, Rock of Ages. Now, King James, very interesting. Usually King James will go for a very literal translation, but here they took Rock of Ages, Shur Olamim, and put it in as everlasting strength. They took this rock and said, that's what is strong. Okay? That's what's guarded. Yeah, I guess it tied it a little closer to the original two references of Sadik Resh here. That also repeats down into here. Thou keep him in perfect peace. Okay, shalom, shalom. Whose mind, Yetzer, is stayed, Shamach, because he trusts in you. Keep becha, betuach, betuhu, beyehoah. Edi ad ki beyehoah, beyehoah, shur olamim. I did work on a very, very, very literal one, a well-formed one, Yetzer, has stayed on you, Shomech, and then this then has the reference to this particular preposition pronoun here, stayed on you. Yetzor, shalom, shalom. Okay, it is Yetzer means literally to be formed. So, and then Tsar is to be protected. Okay, Nazareth, Nazarene, the protected one. So when you form something, you protect it, and then a rock that's formed by God is very firm is Sur. Okay, so you got these all these three together. So forms, and the formed one forms peace, peace. I just repeat the peace here. It doesn't sound so good in English because English doesn't do that kind of repetition, but we can put it in peace, peace, but perfect peace. For in you he trusts. Okay, batuach. Trust in batuach. Okay, he trusts and trust in Jehovah. Ediad, forever and ever and ever. Okay, ki beyech biyech Yehovah, because in Jehovah is the rock Sur Olim. And this is, I think, more of an English Standard translation. You keep him in perfect peace. Okay, and this is Totzer. So this particular verb is based on. They consider this one based on Natsar, to keep. In perfect peace, shalom, shalom. Whose mind, Yetzer, that has the mind that's been formed in our mind, Shomech, is stayed on you. Okay, it kept the stayed here. In other words, stayed on you, because he trusts in you. Betach, and bethu, bet Yehovah, ed ad. Okay, they just didn't repeat the forever. They just did it once. Okay. Ede ad, forever. For the Lord, and then they took the kare here of Yah, and then they put in Yehovah. Yah will probably be acceptable in as a reading in the Masoretes, but Yehovah would have the kare here. So, Yah, Yehovah, for the Lord God, Shur Olamim, is an everlasting God. Okay, Shur, rock, is an everlasting rock. And as I said at the start, where do we stand? What is firm under our feet? Where do we place our trust? Okay, the word it's asked us or told us to trust in the Lord twice already here. So where do we trust? Where do we place our feet? Where do we stand? What is firm underneath us? In this day and age, there's so many things just changing so quickly with AI and with the politics and violence in the streets and homelessness and so many things just in this day and age that seem to be unraveling. Now, where do we put our strength? Where do we find it? Where can we stand? And we must stand then on the rock that is the rock of our salvation. And the rock of our salvation in Jesus Christ, he used this particular word picture in his teaching as well. And we know very clearly that we have to stand with Jesus to have firmness in this day and age. So may God bless and strengthen you in this day and strengthen you from here to eternity. And may you be standing on the rock of eternity, an everlasting rock, the rock of salvation in Jesus Christ.